before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get to 500 likes in this video. The more likes we get, it does push it out there. It does help out. We're talking about prospects. 9 prospects in the first round that the Detroit Lions should look to target. When it comes to these prospects, it is in no particular order. So I'm not putting one ahead of the other. It's just straight targets. These players, it could be targeted if they trade up in the draft or staying at pick 29. So some of these names you would have to move up to get. And that's just the bottom line. Why did we do that? Well, because the Lions do trade up in drafts. So that's what we did here. Now, the first one I got on this list is a long shot, but I got to put him on here, and that's Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of Florida State. The guy is a baller, 23 solo tackles, 9 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 0 interceptions. When you think of Jared Verse, you think of the prototypical edge rusher, and that's exactly what he is. He is very explosive with his first step in the cornerstone of the game, directing and dictating pass rush, imposing the will on the offensive line. Exceptional bend and flexibility, natural athletic gifts, functional strength. Verse consistently delivers power punches, and that's good with his hand movement. The motor of Verse runs increasingly, and he never stops with the high-end motor. Who does that sound like? It sounds like a Dan Campbell type of player, if you ask me. I absolutely love Jared Verse, but I think it's improbable because you're probably going to have to go in the top 10 to get Verse on this football team, and that's a significant trade up. Question for you: what position should the Detroit Lions draft in round 1? O, if you think offense. D, if you think defense. Let me know in the comments below. Next player the Lions likely would target is Laiatu Latu, the defensive lineman there out of UCLA. I love this big fella, and I think he would do phenomenal in Detroit. 28 solo tackles, 13 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions. Again, if you want to get LL here, you're going to have to trade up a little bit. He could fall a little bit. You would have to trade up, though, for sure. He emerges a top defensive prospect. He did out of high school. He goes into UCLA, and he shows his dominance for sure. He won the Lombardi Award in 2023 and Ted Hendricks Award as well. He has diverse set of pass rushing skills. He has command of body control, and he rushes. He redirects the quarterback with his step in the pocket, creates mismatches inside against guards and on passing downs, and quickness, relentless pursuing the quarterback. More suited for zone, can drop into coverage as well. Good instincts, however, may be limited in man. He is an instinctive playmaker with persistent motor, frequently forcing turnovers and disrupting offensive linemen. He is a baller. I would love for the Lions to get him. Again, you'd have to be in a trade-up scenario. This is not something that's going to happen at pick 29 unless crazy circumstances happen, in which we would all love, but in all honesty, you're going to have to go there. Another player that the Detroit Lions would like to target here is Kool-Aid McKinstry, 6 foot, 199 pounds. You've heard him a lot on here. 24 solo tackles, 7 pass defense, 0 interceptions, and 0 forced fumbles. But Kool-Aid is a very good player. He is. He's got some strengths to him as well. He exhibits great awareness and coverage. He has impressive length. He demonstrates remarkable ball skills, physical, authoritative in his route, excludes a composed demeanor even in disarray. He maintains poise, something that we don't have, is a potent communicator in Saban's defense when he was with Alabama, so you know he can do well in communication here with Aaron Glenn. It provides a lot of value in the return game as well. He is a good prospect for the Detroit Lions to acquire. Now, he will be a player that would be available, I think, at pick 29. Now, you may have to go up a little bit. I don't think so, but that is a player that the Detroit Lions could look to get as well, is him for sure. Another player who I'd like is Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback out of Toledo, the Toledo Torpedo, 32 solo, 1 interception, 0 forced fumbles, 8 pass defense. To me, I think this would be an ideal spot, but the Lions may have to trade up a couple spots, maybe like 5 spots, to get the Toledo Torpedo. For me, he would be ideal. This would be absolutely great for the Detroit Lions to get. He's sound in a lot of aspects of his game. He's probably the third best corner off the board, if you ask me. It would be a situation where he can develop as well as play right away because he's that good. So you could really change the trajectory of the Lions secondary if they go in free agency, get a corner, and then they turn around and get a guy in Quinyon Mitchell in this year's draft. It would be awesome. It would be really good for the Detroit Lions to get his services. Again, I don't know what it would take to trade up. Probably not a whole lot because it's just a couple spots, but you may have to do that to get him. Again, just like the start of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get to 500 likes in this video. With your help, it definitely can happen. The next player on my list here is, how about Chris Boswell, edge rusher from Alabama. Boswell is a nice prospect, and he could be there at pick 29. He's good in coverage. Boswell shows good quickness at the line of scrimmage. He is quick, fast, off the step, horizontal shift, making it look easy on getting past the offensive line. More than just a body and zone coverage, showing keen field awareness. First step off the line, consistently gaining the upper hand. Sharp run design instincts. He brings a little bit more than just bulk. He's fast as well as athletic. He's off the charts when it comes to his work ethic. Definitely a Lions type of guy. It's really important for the Detroit Lions to get better at the position there for edge, and he is somebody that could be absolutely available at pick 29. And if that's the case, he's a legit target in my opinion. It would help the team out significantly, and the position that we need, and that would be good to go if you ask me. Another player at the Detroit Lions, look here. How about is TJ Tampa? You've seen him, I believe it's in Mel Kiper's mock draft for cornerback. And he's very impressive. He's got nice size, and he utilizes his positioning very well with his hands as well as turning his head around. He's a physical presence in the run defense, using his size and strength impact pass coverage. He's got versatility. He's effective playing both man and zone. This guy is quick. He diagnoses and reacts to the play fast. He's a strong tackler. Now, this could be a pick at 29, if you ask me, when it comes to TJ Tampa, or a trade down scenario, maybe early in the second round. I like TJ Tampa, but I do think that there's better corners in this draft, but you never know. There could be a run at the corner. We've talked about it on my channel, so we don't know, and he legit could be a target for the Detroit Lions. Next player on my list here is Ennis Rexstraw, 5'11", 183 pounds, and we need help in a big way at the corner position, and he's a player that can get it done. Out of Missouri here, and he's got length and he's got size, right? He's got that build. He can put it in there, enabling him to mess with contested catches, effectively disrupt passing lanes. He's got great football IQ, identifying offensive schemes fast and making smart plays, both in zone and man coverage. Despite a lighter frame, he shows a willingness to engage physicality, especially in run support and tackling, where it's close to elite. And if you are the Detroit Lions, what is one of those things you like? You absolutely love a corner that can tackle. That's what this defense is predicated on, stopping the run and as well as the contested catches. So he's another option for the Detroit Lions at that corner position. A player who I'd love for the Detroit Lions to get at 29, you may have to trade up, is Byron Murphy, the interior defensive lineman, and we need that. 13 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions. So what's good about Murphy here, as he has elite athletic skills. He does. He plays extremely fast, even though for his big size. He's got great first step and quickness, disrupts the play, utilizes exceptional leverage and core strength, agile and quick, capable of shooting the gaps, displays relentless motor and high-energy play, exactly like Dan Campbell. Effective hand technique allows him to shed blocks and navigate through traffic. If you're asking me, if this guy was to fall to the Detroit Lions, even though DT is not the biggest, weakness for the Lions, it may be BPA, because we need help on that. And interior of the defensive line. Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, and Byron Murphy would be great on that defensive line. So we need corner, we need edge, but this could be BPA. And sometimes you just got to go with BPA. Next player, last player on my list here is Darius Robinson. Now, you've heard about Darius Robinson so far because he's the Lions fan, but he's more than just that. He exhibits powerful engagement, advanced run defensive skills, good at tackling, effective ripping and swiping technique with his hands, boasts versatility inside and outside. They love versatility in Detroit. Heavy hand strength to move the tackle, exceptional in setting the edge, possesses significant arm length, demonstrate above average change-off direction. In the Lions, they need help on the edge. We've talked about it, and he can do that. You pair him up with Aiden Hutchinson. Now you got two bookends. This would be a pick 29 for the Detroit Lions. Wouldn't need to trade up, in my opinion, to get him. And you have a bona fide, certified, better defensive line going into 2024. Someone that's just opposite of Aiden. We just need somebody. And Robinson definitely could be an option for the Detroit Lions at pick 29. The Lions got options to stay or move up, trade back, but there's talent on the board for the Lions in all of this draft. So it's great news for the Lions. We need help in the draft. There's players that can help us out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news and rumors.